Hey guys, it's Tracy from TMC Coaching, and you are watching an episode of From the Garage. I want to center our focus today on, these 2 points: goals and routes. So the goal we make and the route we take. Let me start with a question. How faithful are you to the goals you set? How faithful are you to the things that you claim are important and of the highest import in your life? How faithful are you to continuing those? What is preventing you from remaining consistent in those areas? It is believed that one of the hardest things to overcome when you're in golf, when you're swinging a club, is follow through. And it might be said of those in business, of you and I in our lives and the goals that we set, things just come up. In fact, I understand that 99% of all leadership failure is actually not a planning issue, but a character issue. Life is an uphill climb, both ways. It's challenging, and it does present certain detours. And these detours are never meant to destroy us, but they can cause disruptions and distractions, can't they? Well, the things that come into our lives that disrupt our goals that we've set, the plans that we're making, from what we intended to get done, or from the things that we've committed ourselves to do. They are oftentimes perceived to us as emergencies, and we just got to give attention to these emergencies. When an emergency comes up that seeks to remove us from the goals or the plans that we've set, they attempt to dislodge us from those goals, they really truly show us what we really are. After all, we're human beings, not human doings. Emergencies, this is what they do. They don't develop character in us. They actually reveal the character that's already in us. And despite the challenges and the challenging oppositions that we face as we plot a course in life to achieve our goals, here's what we ought to think. Although starting well is important, finishing well ought to be considered as the utmost importance. Now, how are we going to do that with all the detours that we're faced with all the plans and the emergencies that come in the way of getting the job done? Well, I've jotted down 3 things that could help us as we're faced with detours. They can disrupt, but they're not meant to destroy. As we've made our goals, we've got to take certain routes. Sometimes the route, even though the goal is we're heading west, sometimes the route we take demands of us to head south just for a time. I think you know that where detours are concerned. But how are we to do this? Okay, so first of all, the one thing I want to say is this: plan well. Plan well from the very beginning. Plan well. Why? Well, most of our failures can be traced back to our daily agenda. So if you're going to start well, plan well. That's how it begins. Secondly, I think because we can become because we're attached to the goal, and as well we should be, then if the goal is where we're attached to, try not to be so attached to the route. Yes, it's the goal that we've made and the route we're going to take, but sometimes the route has to change. It doesn't mean that we've lost sight of the goal. It just means that the route has changed. And so I'd say this: not only plan well, but adapt quickly or adjust quickly. Sometimes the route needs adjusting, but your goal stays the same. The third thing is, with all the adjustments and all the detours that you're faced with and I'm faced with in my life and in my business and yours, plan well, adapt quickly. Thirdly, be patient. Be patient. You see, here's the thing. You can still go far even if it means you can't go fast. And the last thing I'd like to say is this: that remember, if there comes a bend in your road, remember this: a bend in the road is only the end of the road if you fail to make the turn. It's a detour. Adjust. Be patient. You're going to get back on track very soon. Keep your eye on the prize, right? Thanks for joining me today on From the Garage. Be well.